Hello everyone, welcome to another lab session. Today we will go through our arithmetic operators labs. And I think it was very simple subject, but I think the test lab was a little bit challenge. But we will go through together. And again, Asiya and Junullah with us. Hi Asiya.
Hello, everyone.
Hi Junullah.
Hello, Ozzy. Hello, everyone.
Okay, so Junullah, how was the test?
Yeah, task was actually very good. I was able to solve the first part of the task, but I couldn't solve the second. I couldn't create the second solution by myself. I think that it was a little hard for me to solve the second part.
Okay, how about you Asiya? How was the test for you?
Same thing. Although the operators of like arithmetic operators are not really challenging, it's just simple math. But the algorithm is challenging. I'm not also able to solve the swap without the temporary variables.
Okay. Or actually, you guys making one good point. Why, like arithmetic operators easy. Okay. So basically, what is arithmetic operators? Is our regular, like operators which we know our daily life, right? Basically, plus, like the addition, minus, the subtraction, division. These are very easy. Okay. But what was the challenge with this task? And you're gonna have this kind of task in the future as well. Algorithm. Okay. So and that is the actually most challenging part with the coding, to create the algorithm and then put that algorithm into Java language. All right. So, but what I can recommend you guys, and today we will do kind of like that way, we will solve the question that way. You guys can always first think the question, and then whatever you think with our Java, okay, don't think anything with the Java. Just think from your regular life how you can solve this issue if anybody tells you to do something. And then whatever you think, put in a kind of like piece of paper, try to write it again with our Java. And after you write it, just get that algorithm that you're thinking and convert it to Java language, Java syntax. And if you see any error with the Java code when you converted that algorithm, you can change it. But first you need to think and you need to put in a paper. Look, for example, we will start doing that way. Okay? Asya, right now, let's start with you. All right? I will ask you something simple. What was our task? Our task is this, right? They're gonna give you two values. This can be number, this can be anything, right? Let's say as a task, they give you two numbers, all right? And then they want you to swap. Okay, I have one scenario for you, Asya. I have two buckets, okay, as you see in the screen. And then inside the one bucket, I have an orange. And then inside the second bucket, I have a red apple. All right. Look, there is no any Java here. We're just thinking from our daily life. Just think in your home, you have a two buckets, and I put orange inside the one bucket, and I put a red apple inside the another bucket. Okay. Right now, my simple question to you. Okay. How you can swap this apple and orange?
So I would ask to put the orange to bucket 2.
Okay. Basically, you say get the orange, put
Yes.
in the bucket two. Okay.
And then take the apple from bucket 2 and put it into bucket 1.
Okay. Very good. Basically, we swap it right now, right? Basically, in the beginning, like bucket one has orange, and then right now bucket two has orange, and then bucket one, has orange in the beginning, but right now it's apple. Very good. It's swap. But is there any problem with Java perspective by doing this one? For example, in the beginning, you told me, okay, there was an here apple, right? And then you told me move the orange to bucket two. Is there any issue with this?
Yes, we cannot assign two values to one variable. It's gonna replace the values, right? As I remember.
Very good. Yes. Basically, what was the variable definition in Java? Variable is a storage container bucket is holding a data value, but only one value. In the feature classes, we will learn different structure, how to keep more than one value in a different concept. But variable concept can only hold one value. Basically, what Java will do whenever you try to put something to a different item to bucket, it will replace it. Basically, if you put orange to here, Java is gonna just delete the apple for you from the bucket. And you're gonna lose the orange. You see, in Java, you don't have any more apple. So to able to keep the both value, what we need to do is we can use one dummy basically bucket, one helper bucket. All right. Again, these are all your tools in Java. You can use it. You know the variable concept. If you want, you can create 10 variables. Who cares? Yeah? This is your program. So we can create another bucket. Let's create another bucket. Okay. You see, we created another bucket. Again, why I'm creating this bucket again, Asya?
So we can store the data into another one.
Yes, basically whenever you try to put orange here, I don't want to lose the apple. So what I can do, I can first put the maybe apple to in the bucket 3, and then I can put the orange to bucket 2. Then I can move the apple to bucket 1. You see right now basically it just swap. Or vice versa. For example, if you have orange in the beginning, right? And if you want to bring the orange in the bucket 2, first I can get this apple in the bucket 3. And then I can put the orange to bucket 2. And then I can put back the apple to bucket 1. And then it's swapped. All right. So this is basically how we can use it. Basically, my main point here, okay, when you do algorithm, you can always look for the different alternatives. And then you can use it. And then here, the trick was to think about the creating the third bucket as a dummy. So it can keep the one of your value without losing. All right. So again, this is very good methodology. Whenever you work in an algorithm question, please try to draw a bucket or write something in the paper. First think, all right, your algorithm, and then translate the code in the Java. Let's do that portion, Asya, if you are ready. Let's right now do whatever we discuss in the IntelliJ.
Okay. So let me
Alright.
write my code on this task. So swapping the temporary variables. Let me create
Alright.
2 integers.
Okay.
Int. Let me say num1 and assign 10, let's say. And I create another integer, num2. Let me assign 7. Now we need a temporary integer value variable. So let me call it temp. So it's empty. There is no value. Now I'm gonna assign num1 to temporary value variable. Assign num1. So num1 is assigned to temporary value, and I'm gonna assign my number 2 to num1. Num1 is empty. I'm gonna assign num2 in here.
Very good.
And lastly, into the num2, I'm gonna assign the temporary variable value. So now they switched. Let me see the result by printing.
Let's print it. So while you're printing again, let me just go over again. Basically, line 16, what you did, you took the num1 value, which is the 10, you put in the temporary variable, okay, which was empty in the beginning. And then in the line 17, you took the num2 value, which is the 7, and you put in the num1 variable, all right? And then the last, you took the temp, which is right now is holding our num1 value, which is 10, you put in the num2 variable, and you swap the values. Okay, let's print right now this one and see the output also.
So now
Right.
num1 printed as 7 and num2 printed as 10.
Perfect. In the initially num1 has 10 and num2 has 7, and right now num1 is 7, num2 is 10. We swap the value. Okay, perfect. Again, I hope you understood, like what I mean with the algorithm. Again, the question is not so difficult, but to think the algorithm is a little bit challenge. But I always, again, recommend you first think the algorithm without thinking anything Java. And then try to put on a piece of paper all your thinking, and then convert that thinking to Java code. All right?
Yes, this is very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, perfect, Asya. All right, Jundula, are you ready for next algorithm question?
Yeah, Ozzy, I'm ready. I can do it, I think.
Okay, actually, let's do the same way first, if you want. All right, let's do again by typing, kind of like by using this drawing. All right, and then let's try to figure out the algorithm, and then we can convert the algorithm to coding again, how we did with the ASIA.
Okay.
All right. So right now, as you see in the screen right now, I have two buckets. Bucket 1, 10. Bucket 2, 7. All right. And I put here different steps because we're going to solve this problem in multiple steps. And let's figure out each steps, what we should do. All right. And then we're going to swap the values. But here, what the question is asking, swap the values, not by using temporary variable. Here is going to be arithmetic operator, right? So we can change basically this title to not temporary, but by using the arithmetic variables. Basically, second way is by using the arithmetic variables, not a temporary variable. All right. So let's change that one. Again, arithmetic operators. What is our arithmetic operators? Regular plus sign, minus sign, division, multiplication. Anything you want, you can use it. Okay. Ready to start, Junula?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
So I see we have like one initial step and then 3 other steps, right? So
Yes.
I actually am not sure about what to do in the step 1. So should I just, I don't know, assign one of them to other? How should I start? I'm not sure about that one actually. That's why I actually couldn't solve it by myself as well.
Okay. Then I will give you one hint, okay? Initial hint. All right. And then you can keep going. All right. For example, I will do this. Okay. Please do this for me. Okay. The screen is yours right now. You're going to do whatever I say. All right. In the bucket 2, please just do this one. Okay. 10 plus 7. So basically, let's put in the step 1, in the bucket 2, all right, let's put the, okay, addition of the bucket 1 and bucket 2 value, which is 10 plus 7. Okay. And right now, what we have in the bucket 2? 17. And let's put in the bucket 1, 10. Because bucket 1 is the same, right? Like initial value, 10. All right. Up to here, are we good?
Okay, I think I see what you're doing here. So right now I have 10 in my bucket 1 and I have 17 in bucket 2, right?
Yes.
So maybe
basically right now we have bucket 1 10 and bucket 2 17. Right now we're going to go to step 2.
Yeah.
My question to you this. What was our initial goal?
So what we need to do is we are trying to swap the values, right? So I'm trying to make bucket 1 7 and bucket 2 as 10, right?
Okay. Then question is this. If my bucket 2 has 17 and if bucket 1 is 10, how I can make the bucket 1 7?
Okay, so let me actually do it like this. So I think I can use the bucket 2 value and bucket 1 value together. And maybe I can, subtract bucket 1, which is 10, from 17, which is bucket 2, and put it inside the bucket 1 again. Maybe I can do something like this.
Yes, please do it right now. Please just go to bucket 1 and then whatever you think. You're thinking algorithm right now here. Okay? Please, whatever you're thinking is an algorithm, put in a paper.
Okay, let me start with saying that the bucket 2 is going to be 17.
Because it's coming from step 1, right? Step 1, bucket 2 was 17. And right now in the step 2, bucket 2 is still 17. Basically, you are not touching the bucket 2. Okay?
Yes, that's correct. So let me do the subtraction here in the bucket 1. This is going to be minus.
Yes.
Okay. So I think if I do it like this, so what I did, I used the bucket 2 value, which is 17. And I use the bucket 1 value, which is 10. I subtract one of them, the other from the other one, and put it inside the bucket 1 again. So it means bucket 1 is gonna be 7 right now.
Yeah, bucket 1 basically is already the swap, right? Because initially it was 10, right now it's 7. Basically, the first step is done. Basically, we swap the bucket 1 value. Right now, what is left? Bucket 2. Bucket 2 has to be 10. But right now, I see is 17. What we will do, Jundula?
So let me again start with putting the bucket 1 value here.
Because we are done with the bucket 1, right? We don't need to touch the bucket 1 anymore.
Yes, so bucket 1 is done. So what I need to do here is, I think, again, the same thing, but this time inside the bucket 2, right? So my bucket 2 still has 17. inside of it because I didn't change anything. So what I can do is I can take 17 again, which is the bucket 2 value, and I can subtract 7 from the 17, which is bucket 1 value, and I think it's gonna give me 10 at the end, right? I can do
Yes,
something like that.
Yeah, let's put it also, let's type it. So basically just get the bucket 2 value, which is 17, and then your bucket 1 value is 7, and just subtract that one, right? By using arithmetic operators, 17 minus 7. And right now, you have 10 in the bucket 2. Basically, bucket 2 value is swapped as well.
Yes, that is correct. I think, yeah, this is the answer.
Perfect. All right. So right now, look, again, is there any Java here? No, there's no any Java here. This is only pure your thinking, algorithm. Right now, whatever we will do, Junula, whatever you think, whatever algorithm you put it in the paper, we're going to convert it in the code right now. So please, whatever we did here, just go to IntelliJ and then put in a Java language.
Okay, so let me try. So right now I'm gonna comment everything Asya wrote earlier. And then in the second part, I will start writing my code. Again, let's use the same values. So I will say integer num1 is 10. Integer num2 is 7, right? So right now I don't have any temporary variable or anything like that, so I'm not gonna create anything. So I need to start building my logic here, right? Or the algorithm. So what we said, num1 or maybe num2, we can do any of them, I believe. We need to make one of them the sum of both of them, right? So I will say num1, let's make it num1 to sum of both of them. So I will say num1 is num1 plus num2 here.
So basically, whatever you did in the step 1 in the drawing, right now you are performing same thing in the IntelliJ.
Yes. So I put num1 right now as I did num1, I assigned it as 17 right now, right? So it holds the 17. So again, in the next step, I can use this 17, right? So
I think in the step 1, Jundula, in the drawing, you use bucket 2 as a 17. If you want, you can use maybe like num2.
Okay, let me do it like that. So let's say num2 is num2 plus num1, right?
Yes, perfect.
So the next thing I can do is maybe I can say num1 is equal to num2 minus num1, right?
This is the step 2 right now we are doing.
Yes. And the third step, I can say num2 is equal to, again, num2 minus num1. Because num1 is now changed, so I can again use that one so that I can get the other value.
Yes, perfect.
So let me...
If you want, let's print also. Let's print those values.
Let me print them. So let's say num1 is equal to here num1. Let me copy paste. Num2 is equal to num2. Let me run it.
Okay.
Okay, now I see the values are swapped. So it says num1 is 7 now and num2 is 10.
Perfect. So basically this is happened by not using temporary variable, but we use the arithmetic operators. And in the first example, we used the temporary variable with the ASIA. So basically, we did the swap values by using two different way. By the way, this is very famous interview question also, as in the Java interview in the interviews. People love to ask this question in the interview: how you can swap two values? And if you answer, for example, with the temporary, sometimes most of the time they say, okay, like, can you answer me without using the temporary variable as well? So basically, you need to answer the second way answer, basically how to do with the arithmetic operators. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy with this task and then lab. I believe it was good, and this is our initial entry point to algorithm. We will deal with the more algorithm questions in the following labs, and then we will have more fun. All right, thank you, Asiya and Junullah, and I will see you guys on the next lab.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, bye bye.